The modern price tag has a second act. First, you see the number that wins the click. Then you choose the date, location, seat, room, plan, or delivery window. You create an account. You enter personal information. You reach the final screen, and the price changes. There is a service fee, processing fee, facility fee, convenience fee, resort fee, platform fee, order fee, technology fee, or a fee with a name so vague it appears to describe the existence of the transaction. The fee economy works because price competition happens early while price discovery happens late. By the time the full cost appears, leaving is harder. You have already spent time. You may have coordinated with friends. The best seats may be disappearing. The hotel may be central to the trip. The food is already on its way. Economists call these costs of changing course switching costs. Online checkout turns time, attention, and urgency into leverage. The advertised price creates the comparison. The final price collects the revenue. Consider two ticket sellers. One advertises a ticket for $100 and adds $30 in mandatory fees. The other advertises an all-in price of $125. If customers compare the first screen, the more honest seller looks expensive even though it has the lower final price. Hidden fees do not only harm the buyer, they punish the business that tells the truth first. This is why disclosure rules matter. The Federal Trade Commission's rule on unfair or deceptive fees took effect in May 2025 for live event tickets and short-term lodging. For covered businesses, an advertised price must include mandatory fees the business knows about and can calculate upfront. The total price has to be displayed more prominently than most other pricing information. That changes the first comparison. A $60 ticket plus $25 in mandatory platform fees should compete as an $85 ticket. A $200 hotel room plus a mandatory resort fee should compete on the real required total. The rule does not ban fees. It changes when certain fees must be revealed. That distinction is important. A fee can be disclosed early and still be annoying. The regulatory target is bait-and-switch pricing, attracting customers with a number that excludes unavoidable charges. Taxes, government charges, shipping, and optional extras can still be disclosed separately under the federal rule, although they must appear before payment and other laws may apply. The coverage is also limited. The FTC rule focuses on live event tickets and short-term lodging. It does not create one universal all-in price standard for every business in the economy. That leaves many fees operating under industry rules, state laws, contract terms, and general prohibitions against deception. The broader business logic remains. Fees allow a company to divide one price into pieces. That can be useful when the pieces represent genuine choices. Pay more for faster shipping. Pay for a checked bag only if you bring one. Choose premium support. Select a larger room. Optional pricing can let a low-use customer avoid subsidizing a high-use customer. The problem is the mandatory fee pretending to be optional during the comparison. If every buyer must pay it, the fee is part of the product's price regardless of the label. There is another reason companies like fees. They can protect the headline price. Suppose the cost of providing a service rises by $5. Raising the advertised price from $49 to $54 may move the product across a psychological boundary or make it rank poorly in search results. Adding a $5 fee later keeps the attention-grabbing number intact. The company has raised the total without surrendering the marketing advantage. Fees can also be allocated differently. A venue may receive one amount. A platform may receive another. A payment processor takes a share. A delivery marketplace can charge the restaurant and the customer. The receipt shows a collection of relationships that the initial ad compressed into one promise. That complexity can be real. It does not make the total unknowable. Digital interfaces amplify the strategy. A website can display a low base price in large type, place extra charges below the fold, pre-select optional services, start a countdown timer, and delay the full total until the last confirmation. Each design choice changes the chance that the customer continues. The interface is part of the pricing model. This is why a convenience fee can feel especially insulting. The digital process may cost the company less than a staffed alternative, yet the customer pays extra for using it. The fee is not necessarily a direct measurement of the cost created by your click. It may simply be the price the business can attach to a required path. Names encourage us to search for a matching expense, but businesses usually price for demand, competition, and strategy, not to give every dollar a morally precise label. The honest question is not, did this click really cost $4? It is, could I realistically buy the product without paying it? If the answer is no, include it in the base price in your own comparison. Small fees become powerful through repetition. A few dollars on delivery, tickets, rent portals, school payments, phone bills, and travel can create a meaningful annual expense. Because each fee is attached to a different activity, the total is difficult to see. The fee economy fragments the bill and the memory. You remember the concert. You do not remember 12 separate processing charges. A simple defense is to create a fee ledger for 1 month. Record every amount labeled service, convenience, processing, platform, booking, facility, delivery, or administration. Do not judge them yet. Add them. The total reveals whether convenience is an occasional purchase or a recurring category. Then compare earlier. For tickets and lodging, use the all-in total. For delivery, compare the final checkout with pickup or direct ordering. For bills, look for fee-free payment methods such as bank transfer, automatic debit, or mailed payment while checking timing and overdraft risk. For subscriptions, examine whether a lower headline price depends on an activation fee, equipment charge, or mandatory add-on. And when a checkout changes the price late, pause. The time already invested is gone, whether you complete the purchase or not. Do not spend more merely to make the earlier effort feel useful. That is the sunk cost trap. There is a fair counter-argument. Payment processing, customer support, fraud prevention, facilities, and platforms cost money. Businesses need revenue to provide them. Separately itemized charges can show where the money goes. True, transparency does not require pretending those costs do not exist. It requires placing unavoidable costs where the customer makes the comparison. The best price is not the smallest number on the first screen. It is the required total for the outcome you actually want. The fee economy profits from the distance between those two numbers. Close the distance before you commit. This is price tag theory, the money behind everyday life.